I'm gonna show you the no bullshit way to get the chiseled abs you deserve in under 10 minutes with a full workout routine. More people have over $1 million than a six-pack. Millionaires make up 8.8% of the population. Only 0.004% have visible abdominals. Let's put that into perspective. If you're standing in Madison Square Garden at full capacity, there is likely to be 2,000 people who have $1 million. Yet only one single person will have a six-pack. A perfect set of washboard abs is actually made up of 5 key muscle groups: the lower, middle, and upper rectus abdominals, obliques, and the serratus anterior. Like training a Pokemon to evolve, we need to apply the principles of progressive overload to train each muscle group specifically so we can increase its size and strength. Too many people spend countless hours in the gym doing hundreds of sit-ups and crunches only to get back pain and no results.
Stop it. Get some help.
So I'm going to show you a simple 10-minute routine that's going to specifically target every single component of the perfect washboard abs so you can get that six-pack of your dreams. The lower abdominals are what people struggle to activate the most. My favorite exercise to activate this area is the hanging leg raise. So hang off the bar and then raise your knees slowly to your chest, and then slow the eccentric down and contract your abs until you can feel that full stretch at the bottom, and then contract them back up. Now you want to perform 8 to 15 reps of this exercise. If you can't do 8, then just do as many as you can and then progressively increase the amount of reps. Now, when bent leg raises become too easy for you, then you can do straight leg raises, which increases the difficulty and thus applies that progressive overload principle. You want to hinge at the hips and try and keep your hips and your bum in place as you raise your feet to the ceiling. Similar to the bent leg raises is you start with doing as many reps as you can and then slowly increase the reps as you progress, and then you'll get your perfect carved lower abdominals. Now, if you are an absolute superhuman and the straight leg raises become too easy for you, then grab yourself a dumbbell, put it between your feet, and then do the straight leg raises with a dumbbell, which adds an increased resistance, and then you can keep increasing this weight to progressively overload the exercise even further. So even for me, with a dumbbell, straight leg raises are extremely challenging. The middle and upper abdominals are the powerhouse to any six-pack. They'll have a high level of activation in pretty much all ab exercises. But for me personally, the ab wheel roller is my favorite. So what you want to do is you want to keep a stable posterior chain and make sure that your back doesn't cave when you're rolling out. So you start with small distances, and then to progress, you just gradually increase the distance that you roll away from your torso. Make sure you squeeze your glutes together to keep your lower back stable. You don't want your lower back to cave like this. That just means that your abs aren't strong enough to roll out that distance. So only roll out small distances where you can keep your posterior chain nice and stable. And then as you progress, the goal is to try and get parallel to the floor. The obliques are the muscles that are responsible for stabilizing any twisting or turning motions. So we'll simulate this to train them progressively. Sit on your bum, and then you want to raise your shins until they're parallel to the ground like so, and bring your hands together and simply twist your torso until your hands are touching the ground on your left side, and then raising them up over your knees until they're on the ground on the other side. Now this may seem very easy for some, or very challenging depending on the level of training you have done for your obliques. Now to progressively overload this, all you can simply do is grab any heavy object. Here I have a kettlebell, but if you're at home, you can grab a milk carton or any item that just weighs a couple of kilos. Repeat the same exercise, but with the weight in your hands. Now, as expected, to progressively overload this exercise, all you have to do is increase the weight, or the amount of reps you do. So I could start by doing 8 reps with this weight, and then once I could do 10 or 15 reps with the same weight, I'll increase the weight and then go back to 8 reps. Now, most ab routines will stop here, but if you want that fully diced six-pack, you cannot neglect the serratus anterior, which is this fish gill looking muscle right here. Now to train this, all we're gonna do is a plank reach. Get into a normal plank position on your forearms. Make sure you keep your torso stable. Squeeze your glutes. And what you wanna do is just simply reach one arm forward, trying to keep the rest of the body completely motionless, like so. And then we rotate to the other arm. And then keep alternating. And you should be able to feel that serratus muscle as you stretch your arms all the way out. If you're not strong enough to perform a plank, then start this exercise on your knees. Try and bring your body weight over your elbows. And the same thing, stretch your arm forward and then back. The other arm forward and then back. And then once you can progress to a normal plank, you'll be able to activate that muscle so much more. Now, if the plank reach is too easy for you, grab a resistance band and any anchor point. Here, I'll just anchor it to the squat rack. And now we're gonna perform the exact same motion, except using the resistance band to add that increased resistance. Get into your plank position, elbows on the ground, exact same thing, except now we have that resistance against the band. So resistance against the band. Now here you can't alternate the exercise, but you'll just do one arm at a time. Then alternate to the other side, and then you really should be able to feel that serratus anterior. You might be able to grow it so large that you can actually breathe underwater. So that's how you can specifically target every single muscle involved in the perfect six-pack. Now for my routine, what I'll do is I'll perform a circuit of all 4 exercises. I'll do 10 reps of each exercise at the specific point I'm up to, then try and progressively overload them each time I do it, and then I'll do 3 to 4 sets. Now if you repeat this simple 10-minute workout 2 to 3 times per week, you will be well on your way of achieving your perfect set of washboard abs and being in that top 0.004% of the population. No point having a Lamborghini if it's always parked inside your garage. Just like rolling up the doors in your garage, we have to remove the layer of fat from our stomach to reveal our abs. Targeted fat loss is absolutely capped. There's no way we can target fat loss on the abs by doing specific exercises or taking some miraculous fat burning pills. Now there's plenty of great videos on YouTube about fat loss and dieting. Shout out to Jeff Nippard and Joe Delaney. I'll link those videos in the description. But if people are interested in my own personal way of dieting and how I don't actually count calories and I do an intuitive eating based on protein intake, then comment down below and I'll make that video. Now the body fat percentage you'll need to reach to have your abdominals showing is really dependent on person to person. Me personally, I'm sitting at roughly 10 to 12% body fat just because I favorably store a lot of my fat on my lower back and in my hamstrings and glutes. If you get sub 10% body fat, you are pretty much guaranteed to have visible abdominals. However, methods for measuring body fat are generally inaccurate. Even the DEXA scans that they do in scientific studies have an error of roughly 1 to 3% of your body fat percentage. Therefore, personally, what I'd like to do is I'll just diet and slowly watch the scales drop down in weight until I can see my abs and I'm happy with what my physique looks like. If you made it to the end of this video, you are on the road to being in the top 0.004% of the population. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel, give this video a like if you found it helpful, and comment down below what you'd like me to explain a no bullshit training method next. And remember, fight the friction and start building those habits that are going to make you a happier and healthier person. Thank you.